We are going to start out showing you how yesterday's work should have looked. Oh, and I explained it. I even went ahead and showed you the setup and reminded you that Mandy and 5 friends would actually be taking this amount and dividing it by 6. So to do the problem, 7 times 6 is 42. Oops, I can come closer. 8 times 6 is 48. There we go. Now when I subtract, I don't have an X and an 8. I have a 1 and an 8. 3 times 6 is 18. So I don't even have to worry about bringing this 0 down and rounding. Each friend would only have paid 83 cents. You would not label this with a cent sign because that would be 83 whole cents. 83 cents must have a dollar sign in front of it because it's 83 hundredths of a whole dollar. So 83 cents is the answer that you want here. Number 16. Your 540 and 4/10 divided by 4 girls. Boy, where do I have space to do that? Down here, sure. 540 and 4/10 divided by 4. So I can start here, but first I must bring the decimal into the answer so that I don't forget about it. 1 times 4 is 4. Subtract, get a 1. Bring down the 4. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16, so I'd better use a 3. There's the 12. Subtract, get a 2. Bring down the 0. That's a 5. Times 4 is 20. Bring down the 4. This is why it was important to have the decimal already in the answer so that your 1 immediately goes in the tenths place. So your answer here is 135 and 1/10 what? Seconds. Make sure you have that label. We talked about how you want to find out how much you're paying for one battery. So here you take your 244 and divide it by the 4 batteries you get so you can find out how much just one of them costs. Decimal comes straight up. 6 times 4 is 24. Bring down this 4. It's a 1. There's a 4. Decimal goes straight into the answer. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 6 is 36. That's closer. Subtract, get a 3. Bring down the 0. There's the 5. Don't have to keep going. So this means in the 6-pack, one battery cost 65 cents. In the 4-pack, one battery cost 61 cents. Which is a better buy? Pack B is not a better buy because you pay 4 cents more. So I'd better say pack A is cheaper because, remember it asks for a reason, because you pay 61 hundredths of a dollar instead of 65 hundredths of a dollar for one battery. 18, your $33.40 divided by your 4 tickets. I ran myself right out of space. Maybe I can squeeze it here. 33.40 divided by 4. There's a decimal inside but not outside, so I bring it straight up into the answer. 8 times 4 goes on the whole number side, 32. because I looked at this as 33, so the 8 goes right by the decimal. There's a 1. Bring down the 4. This goes on the decimal side because the 4 is on the tenths side already, and I just brought the 4 down. 3 times 4 is 12. Get a 2. Bring down the 0. 5 times 4 is exactly 20. There is no remainder. $8.35. Don't forget the decimal. For 1 ticket. Your homework assignment today is all the way over on 469. Or 468, sorry, 468. What do you do here? Only 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Do divide, do not estimate. An estimate would look like this. You would turn this into a whole number that's divisible by 4. You would say 20 divided by 4 equals 5. I don't want an estimate. I want an actual 20 and 6/10 divided by 4. Bring the decimal immediately up. I will tell you, you will have to put at least 1 0 after your decimal places because you don't want a remainder. Number 16, the estimate would say 24 divided by 8 should come out to be 3. I want you to do an exact division. 24 and 3/10 divided by 8. The decimal comes directly up here. Now I do want to check and make sure for you, so I'm looking for my calculator quickly because I don't want to waste too much of your time. I want to make sure that this one will end. So you will need to put another 0 here, and you'll need to put another 0 here, and another 0. This one will end 4 places after the decimal. Now I promised you that as 5th graders, you would not need to do more than 2 places past the decimal. This one will end in 4 places past the decimal, but if you only go 2 places past the decimal, just make sure, no, you know what, go all 4 places past. I just showed you it will end, so yeah, add those extra zeros. It's good practice with your 8s times tables. If it doesn't end after those 4 places, you have done something wrong. You will only need to add these 3 zeros to keep on dividing. This one I know will definitely end for you. If I was to estimate this, I would say 120 divided by 10 is 12. To actually do it, I want you to do 118 and 1/10 divided by 10. Bring the decimal straight up. You will absolutely have to add one of those zeros, but it will end. If I go back to number 16, my thought is you might want to do the work for 16 all the way up here. Give yourself enough space to bring it down the side or on another piece of paper. These 3 problems you will need to do on another piece of paper. There is just not enough space. Couple of tricks here. 10 squared is the same as 10 times 10. So you are dividing by 100. So instead of 10 squared, just know right off this is 100. So you are doing 102 and 6/10 divided by 100. Miss Yoder, it's got 3. You can figure out anything times 100 very easily. Right? This one will be 1 and 8/10 divided by, 8/100. So you will need to do something with decimals. This is 12 and 71/100 divided by 6 and 2/10. When you are done moving decimals, this will be 62. You don't know your 62 times tables. So on your work, I should see you writing out 62 times 3 or 62 times 5. Whatever it is that you will need to write up here as your quotient, you need to first figure out the multiplication off to the side. Just do it as a single digit, right? 62 times a digit that is less than 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, will get you 127. Write the answer to the multiplication, subtract, bring down the 1, do it again. I am going to check really quick and see that these will not have to have too many places added after the decimal, and it looks like it should not. These should come out very nicely for you, but probably an entire sheet of notebook paper just for those 3 problems would be a really good idea. That is your assignment today. Take your time. If you forget what to do with these decimals or these decimals, watch earlier videos.